Good afternoon, and welcome to NewsLab Live. I am Ruiz. As the semester comes to an end, deadlines for final assignments and major exams are fast approaching, which for many students can be quite stressful. This week, we're looking into the topic of mental health and what students do to relieve that pressure, starting with a look at a new bill passed by the Student Government Association aimed at giving students a break. Peter Guziejewski has our story.
Recently, Montclair's Student Government Association passed a bill trying to help students with their mental health. They're asking the university to give students one excused mental health day per class. Sonia Agnew is the SGA legislator behind the bill. She explains why it's necessary now.
So the changing student needs with just like the generational shift, the post-COVID stress and mental health issues that have been rising, not just at Montclair, but across the board for students and just with people in general.
This has prompted Sonia and fellow SGA members to call for the university administration to take action, proposing that classes include an excused absence policy specifically for mental health days.
Or many professors have in their classes excused absences in their syllabi. This would either specify that one of those or an additional one on top of the ones that they already have be a mental health day.
In a recent press conference with student media, President Jonathan Coppell addressed the bill, saying faculty have control over policies in their classroom, but he encourages discussion around this important issue.
It is true, I think many, maybe not all, faculty do have policies that allow for some absences. So what I would encourage students is to be comfortable saying to their professor, I'm taking a day for this reason. And I think that this educational process of saying this is a legitimate thing, that's really important. I realize that's not exactly the same as a mandated policy, but as I say, there are reasons why that's a little more complicated, but it's great that the issue has been aired, and I think there's real potential to do something on that front.
Regardless of what happens, Sonia hopes to leave a positive impact on the school.
We all wanted to see if we can at least get this ball rolling before we're leaving and, leave an impactful policy or change behind us at Montclair that would help students.
What are students doing now to help their mental health? NewsLab's Jordan Reed asked how they are de-stressing as the fall semester ends.
What do you do to de-stress and help your mental health at the end of the semester?
Just spend time with the family. That's really all I need. Skateboarding a lot, and I guess video games, just unwinding with friends.
I sleep a lot.
I go to the gym to help myself de-stress at the end of the semester.
Do you know about the Mental Health Day bill?
Nope, I do not.
I help pass it. I'm an SGA legislator.
I do not.
What do you think of it?
One class? I think that's perfect.
Yeah?
That's perfect, yeah.
Useful.
I would agree with that. I'm not really one to skip classes, and I feel like occasionally skipping a class or having a permitted day to like a mental health day, I think it would be good, honestly, yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's a really good opportunity, yeah.
I think that's pretty good because there are some days where it's like hard to get out of your bed and there's just those days that you really don't want to move. So I think it's useful for those people on those days.
Striking a balance between academic, personal, and work life is crucial for mental health. Looking into the NewsLab archive, we hear from some students on how they deal with the pressure of balancing it all.
Some students on campus have flexible work schedules with more opportunities to get their work done. Sam Karan-Tang is a junior animation illustration major at Montclair State. He works in Castillo Hall as a lab monitor. Sam multitasks catching up on assignments and monitoring the lab at Castillo Hall.
Thankfully, with the way my work life is, there's not too much I need to do there, so there's a lot of time for me to squeeze in the homework where, in other part-time jobs where I might be a lot more hands-on, I may not have the time to do that.
Alan Hill is a clinical social worker with Universal Counseling, a Montclair-based counseling provider.
A lot of students, it can be very stressful. because it is placing these additional demands on their time, and depending on their expectations of themselves, that can lead to a lot of anxiety, loss of sleep.
Hill works with clients to discuss methods to overcome anxiety and stress.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's so there are some general strategies that work for kind of all anxiety and stress, such as breathing techniques, mindfulness, getting enough sleep, making sure you're getting in, some regular physical activity, and, managing how much sugar and caffeine you consume on a daily basis.
Some students don't need these techniques. They find a passion in their work life.
It's not work to me. I love wearing the uniform. And
Jack Donahoe, a senior criminal justice major who is also senior fire inspector for Montclair State University.
everything that I do on campus, there is a social aspect behind it, like being involved in Greek life, being involved in fire safety.
Astrid Figueroa works at Walmart on the weekends. She's a sophomore fashion design and merchandising major who juggles 6 classes.
Kind of have to let go of the free time because I have to then some of my sleep time as well to balance it out.
Sam, Astrid, and Jack, all hardworking students with different majors and different jobs, all facing the same struggle, the balance between school and work life, the constant struggle to make sure the stress does not consume you. From Montclair NewsLab, I'm Devin Castillo.
Sometimes a little time to relax is all that's needed. NewsLab's Gavin shows us how one club offers students just that.
Montclair Psychology Club hosted a self-care day, giving students the opportunity to de-stress as the semester comes to an end. We sat down with the organizers for an interview.
You know, this time of the year is very, very stressful for everyone. We're right before Thanksgiving, a lot of finals, a lot of exams that before come final seasons. It's a very, very stressful time. The anxiety's high, stress is high, people aren't sleeping enough. It's good to sometimes take a break and, get some self-care.
The event is known as the self-care social event. It's basically an event where most of the psychology community can come together, socialize a little bit, do some meditative activities. We have rock painting.
We helped coordinate a speaker, coordinate some refreshments.
Basically a good space for all majors, especially those interested in psychology, to come together, socialize, and just relax and take care of yourself.
And that's all for this week's episode of NewsLab Live. Until next time, I am Luis Enrique Ruiz. Thanks for watching.